I have 3 finished personal planners slash junk journals made from scratch to share with you today. Welcome, it's Barbara from Vienna, Austria. I have shared peeks into my planners regularly in my Plan With Me videos, but I have never shared a flip through of the completed planners, which are actually in equal parts planners and junk journals. They give me so much joy because I have added so much of myself and paid attention to details rather than just jotting down appointments and to-do lists. Yes, it takes more time and effort to keep up with rather than just buying a ready-made planner, which you maybe embellish with stickers and cutouts, in which there is a lot of legitimacy as well, and which I have done for years. But these planners are pure joy to flip through in years to come because they don't only document what I was doing during those months, but also how my art developed and what I was into at that time. You can find playlists of my Plan With Me videos where you can also watch how I made these planners. So as I said, they're all made from scratch. They're made from recycled materials, and I used my monthly kits to embellish them, but also adding older pieces of art as well as a few Happy Mail items. This was the first one I made, and I made this because the previous one was this one. While it's cute and it's made from an altered book, I didn't put much effort into it. It's still fun to look through, but at the same time, it doesn't really say a lot about me. I feel for me personally, because I didn't add a lot in here. Yes, of course, I stuck down some things on the pages, but all in all, a lot of these pages are plain. Okay, this one has a little bit more, but I hope you will see the difference when I show you a flip through of my newer 3 planners slash junk journals, that this is just a lot more, I don't know how to say it, generic, sterile, I don't know. At the end of this, I realized I had to make a change because it didn't bring me joy. It didn't give me a lot back, but that was because I wasn't putting a lot of effort into it. So let's start with the first one. On the front cover, I always added an image of the planner pages that I started the planner with. So this is an image from my ephemera from the Secret Forest Society. As I said, in the playlist is a video of how I made this planner, including how I made the cover page. So you can find all of that there. I love the grunge that it has here, the crackling paste and everything, these scruffy edges. I love everything about this planner. This page here and also the front are just some, how do you call them, backdrop pages? No, I don't know. You know, the protective papers you have on your desk while you're working on projects. These often make the best papers for other projects. I am so in love with this. I could have never made this on purpose, and I just love the randomness of it, and this just enhances the cover so much. I have 3 signatures in each planner, and as I started this in February, these planners go up until October, and for the last 2 months I have a separate planner with just 2 signatures inside. But for next year I can then have 4 planners for the year with each 3 signatures. I will move you a little bit closer. So all of the month of February, I used my Secret Forest Society kit. I will also link my online shop below. You can still use these kits. The calendar pages that I used are dated, but I also have undated versions of all of these kits. And I also have a full year of planner pages which are not dated, so you can buy the whole bundle at a discount price of minus 30% compared to what you would pay for buying each kit individually. So, enough talking. Let me show you some of the things that I added. Okay, so this one was just a leftover piece from my notes. I obviously never wrote anything on here. That's okay. Here I have a tiny tag which has some gold on it, and I glued it in because it kept falling out. So this is my overview for February. I have a tiny little paper clip here and an envelope. These are now the fun little surprises because I do not remember what I put in here. So this is going to be fun for me as well. Okay, so I made a little booklet here and it says lessons learned. So I just stamped the front, added some grunginess with coffee and inks, and wrote something inside. Added a fun little tab here, and I'm keeping this closed with this tiny paper clip. Very simple collage here with a cute ribbon with gold. Some journaling here. On this little page I added a tag that I had made years ago. Added this cute little dangle thing here, a feather, which is super cute and fluffy, some lace, a hole here with a huge eyelet and some fibers, just to make it more fun and tactile. Another printable from my Secret Forest Society kit and some fun embellishments on the top. Here we have a book page flower, super easy, some lace underneath, some bunched up thread. This is a pocket made out of wallpaper, and inside I have a print of a pattern that I made using a tutorial on Procreate with my iPad Pro. The tutorial was by Tati Works. During that month I was doing a few tutorials and somehow I then stopped. I have not been creating anything with Procreate, and I can't even give you a reason why I stopped. I have my 10K step trackers in each month. This one is empty because I had an injured ankle and I was not able to walk at all. I was, however, apparently able to read a lot of books. So this makes me happy seeing this. So I also have this template in my shop if you need something like that. This is my monthly overview. At that point, I was still adding, it's very hard for you to see, but I was adding my videos that I had planned in here to have an overview. In the meantime, I do it digitally, but I still like having the monthly overview at the beginning of each month. So these are the things that I have done each day. I like writing down what I have done, not only to document it, but it kind of keeps me on track and it makes me feel productive. Because when I don't write these things down, I sometimes have a feeling at the end of the day, even though I've been working all day, I'm like, what did I actually do? Like, what is the final result of what I've done today? But I've done so many things which you don't see. So it's really nice to have it documented that I was productive. And it is motivating for me to see this. Here I added an embellishment with some original calligraphy. When I look at this, I want to cry because I think, again, I have forgotten everything I've learned. And this actually looks so nice. It's just so much effort. So I always think I need to get back to calligraphy. But the time, I don't know if I have the time. Definitely not for the rest of the year. This is a printout on transparent paper. This is just a fun mushroom drawing. Do what you think you can't do. Yep. On the right side of my calendar pages, I always have these note papers on which I add things I need to get done. And I only add things here which I don't do on a daily basis anyway. So I don't usually film this video and edit the video and answer your emails, respond to comments, because these are things I do ongoing anyway. I don't need to put them here, but these are things which are kind of out of the ordinary. And then I always make sure to look back on the week, to reflect on all the good things that have happened in the week, because I tend to forget these things. I just think about all the work, but then I forget that actually there were also beautiful things happening. And that's why I love writing this, because this makes me just take a few minutes and reflect on the week. I know it sounds very corny, but it does fill my heart with so much joy and gratitude. And it helps me to move on to the next week then. Here I added this drawing of a bear, and somehow he turned into an angry bear. Maybe there were some underlying issues I was going through. I still really like this drawing. Here I added a belly band with this adorable gold green paper that I bought in an art store. Added a postcard that I've had for a really long time. Inside I added this printout of a poll that I had posted on Instagram where I asked for your opinion about how to make a collage. That was actually super fun, and I documented here on the back. Maybe I should do that again one day. Oh, and inside here is another tutorial I completed with Procreate. She's very cute. I used to draw a lot of mangas many years ago with a Wacom tablet. So this reminded me very much of that, and I had a lot of fun, but it did take a lot of time. I think what's keeping me from doing more of these is that I feel like I don't have the time to practice enough to get to a level where I can do these on my own in a time frame that is justifiable. That might sound weird, but yeah, that's how I feel. So this was a tutorial by Art with Flow, who has a lot of amazing and fun Procreate tutorials. This is a collage I still really love. It has so many tactile elements. I love the colors. There's this cute vintage button here. There's book spine elements, there's bling, there's a metal embellishment, there's a sentiment here. I love all of it. This is another tutorial. This one was by Genevieve's Design, and I also added this one as a screen design on my iPad Pro. So that makes me happy. That's a really beautiful one. This was just a torn out calendar page with some very simple collaging in the background. Here we have another manga that I've done in Procreate. It really makes me laugh. This one was by Art with Flow again. I've done this in January. They look so simple, but they take hours. If you're a total beginner like me, a fun belly band with some very soft, fluffy feathers. This is a mandala I designed by hand. In here, I have another mandala. I think this one was done in Procreate. This one was definitely done in Procreate. There's no way I could make one that detailed. Yeah, but this one was not made with a tutorial. This was the first one I made just on my own after having done a tutorial on how to use symmetric shapes in Procreate. I have kind of an obsession with mandalas. Then we get into March. This was my boho birds kit. I was still adding my videos. We have another mandala here that I made in a previous junk journal. I photocopied it, cut it out, added this with a brad here so it's not glued down, and added these fun fibers. Kind of reminds me of a dream catcher. On the back I have this, oh, I thought it was a belly band. It's not, it's just it's just a little collage here. Here I added a paper flower, another Procreate drawing that I did, another mandala that was in one of my older journals. I do have a printout of these as well, so you can find these in my shop. I think they're a lot of fun to use as tuck spots or pockets. This was one of the ephemera pieces for the boho birds. Added some journaling in the back, added this cute dyed cheesecloth in the middle. I really like the look of that, so I squished it in between two papers. Just added some stenciling here on this vintage document. On the back, I added some Tim Holtz paper and a dictionary page and this embellishment, which I've had for years and finally found a place for. Again, this is this Tim Holtz collage paper in the background. This one I really like. It's very shiny. I don't remember what I added to make it so shiny. Oh, I think it was like wax pastes. And I have some embellishments here with some cogwheels, some feathers, some gold leaf along here. Here as well. Really, really like that. In the background here, I also have these Tim Holtz thinlits with the leaves. Added some crackling. There's also lace underneath here and some sentiments. Here I added another sentiments. These sentiments are also in my shop. Some lace that I dyed with Distress Oxide. Love the color splash on this page. Here I added another one of my printable mandala pockets. And inside I added this little booklet which says change. Oh, and this was about finding a new apartment in which I have moved into in the meantime. This is another mandala, the original, which I drew on a book page. I outlined something from the book here which says, "It is very foolish of me to be so nervous." And I added this adorable ribbon here, which has been gifted to me. I thought this was the perfect month to do it in with the boho theme. On the back is just a very simple collage on some, I still don't know what it's called. Is it called backdrop paper? Please let me know. You know, it's the paper you have on your desk. Another collage with some very bright colors, some wallpaper underneath here, lots of white splatters. Another one of my sentiments. I really like this one. Do you truly understand that this love in my heart never ends? Oh, that sends goosebumps down my spine. Oh, this was another drawing I made with a tutorial on Procreate. This was again Genevieve's Design Studios. This one, although it looks super simple, it's just this little fox. I remember it took me so many hours. I was having so many difficulties with the brushes. This might have been my last one where I then thought it's not worth the effort. This is just a napkin decoupaged over a vintage document. Love the way this looks. Another one of my printable mandalas, which I glued onto this coffee dyed doily, which makes a fun little tuck spot. And I added this envelope, which is also one of my printables. Added some lace on top. And what do we have inside? I did stencil in here because I don't like it when you open envelopes and they're just white. So I always like to add some sort of pattern inside. And in here, okay, we have a journaling card. This is not from my kit. This is from a paper pad. Just some cheesecloth and some journaling on the back. A pocket here. This is an original bird sketch that I made. These are also in my shop actually. As well as this here. Just made a journaling card, added another one of my sentiments and a tiny little collage here. Some stenciling here to make this more interesting. Then we move into April with my Felix and the Gang kit. I just added this image of Felix and adding some wallpaper strips underneath. I love this little collage right here. Here I apparently had stopped writing in all of my videos. Love this so much. These were some papers I had in my stash for a long time, and I love how I just scrunched up the edges, added some stenciling and some gold. There is so much fun texture here. Love it. Then I made a belly band here using the Felix and the Gang ticket strip, added it with rivets. This here also is actually a pocket, but I didn't put anything inside. And then I made this tag by embossing it partially and then adding this wax paste on top in gold and adding again one of these papers that I had over here. In love with this. I didn't write anything on the back. Added some stenciling here as well for some more interest. Again, we have a little odd page in between, which I think adds so much fun to a journal / planner. Added this torn tab here, a little bit of gold. And in here, I made a little pocket with a tiny little envelope, which is from that kit. And I wrote on the back, be brave, just be yourself and tell your story. Be calm, nobody will know. If you forget something, don't freak out. Oh, I remember I wrote this because I had a presentation in my former school about being successful on YouTube. And I was super nervous, but it was great. I really loved it. Another fun little page with a cute little collage. Here I added a little pocket. Love this tiny collage here. Look how cute. Inside, what did I put inside? Oh, this is a coin envelope with another little collage. And yeah, this has a magnet as a closure. And what do we have inside? Okay, we have another little postcard here from the kit. And I did not journal on this one. Another super fun little collage. I think these tiny collages make me the happiest. Oh, there's another one down here. I really added a lot of detail in this month. A crazy collage. I think this one I made in a Junk Journal Snacks video. Lots of fun. Another fun collage that makes no sense. Here is an envelope that I added as a pocket, and we have yet another tiny little collage. This is a tea bag label, so don't throw those away. Use them in your collages. Inside, we have this little ticket from the kit with some lace on top. And here we have another little collage. It makes me so happy to go through this planner and see all of these little details. On this page, I added a tuck spot from the kit, a sentiment, a little envelope, which I embellished. Made a little pocket here on the back and added this cute little envelope from the kit. Another tiny collage here and nothing inside. As you can see, I sewed all around. That adds another really nice element and texture and contrast. This was one of these background papers on which I stamped one of my self-made trees. Some more calendar pages here that I really loved the designs of. I love how they look on this page with this Distress Oxide. I think this one was from Your Creative Studio. Here we have some wallpaper. This is the negative, obviously, of a die cut. I have some background paper underneath, and rather than throwing that away, I thought I want to put it in my planner. And this is a coffee dyed paper that I did not want to cover because I really love this ink splot. And that's the inside back cover. So that's planner 1. This is the next one, and this is the only one that actually has a closure. It actually didn't need it at all because this is, interestingly, my least bulky planner. I do think it looks nice though. Love this very bulky, fun vintage button. So this cover was embellished with my May kit called Paris Tea Party. Again, I love the distressed edge here of the book page. I added some fabric underneath, which is from a girl's blouse that I found at the flea market. Love all the gold. Really like this quote. I think I found this in the internet and I actually took the time to stamp it with individual letters, if I'm not mistaken. Wow. Act as if what you do makes a difference. It does. Something very good to remember. And I don't see this necessarily related to having a YouTube channel, but generally in life, a lot of times we think nobody sees us. or people don't see what we do, but I think that's wrong. I think people see a lot more than we are aware of, and we influence people a lot more than we are aware of. So this is a very cozy theme for May. Lots of lace and fabric here. Made a fun little tab with lace. This was a vintage calendar page I did not want to cover at all because it's so fun to read what was in here. This is a tiny belly band, which is a tiny envelope. Oh, there is something inside. Oh yeah, another one of these tiny tickets. And that goes in here. Here is a collage with some of the clip art from the kit. I added lots of gold splatters everywhere on this kit. I love it. Why do gold splatters make me so happy? I don't know. This was a die cut. Gold splatters, obviously, on this beautiful vintage document from 1905. Here I added a little pocket by gluing down one of the clip art pieces from the kit. Used my label maker to write the word yum here on the macarons. Added a bit of lace on the top of the tag. Very simple neutral collage on this page. Love how calm it is. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. I typed this on my vintage typewriter. Another pocket here into which I added first of all, a recipe of a really delicious Egyptian dessert called Ali. I sent a scan of this to Susanne from Bornhut Art, who was putting together a journal with favorite recipes, I think specifically cakes and desserts. So I kind of sent her the wrong thing because she didn't want desserts, she wanted cakes. I really enjoyed painting this Ali that I thought I'm going to try to paint some more desserts. So I painted this strawberry cake, which is one of my most favorite cakes. I am no expert in watercolor, but I had a lot of fun with this. And then I also painted this cake here, which is just a very thin dough on the bottom and lots of plums on top. In German, this is called Zwetschgenfleck. This is something my mom used to make and I used to love so, so much. I'm salivating now. And one more. Yeah, this was, I think, then the second recipe I sent Susanne. This is not meant to be taken out. I have this paper clip here with just a fun piece of vintage fabric. And this one is meant to just be folded out like this and folded out like this. And I must say, I really love how this apricot cake turned out. I was very proud of myself for that one. So that folds back in here and is held here with this paper clip. And then here I made a pocket out of one of these background papers, added this cute little collage with some hydrangea petals with golden splatters, and added this postcard from the kit onto which I hand stitched this heart and added this button embellishment. And I wrote a French poem on the back. Then we get into June. This kit is called Dreaming of Summer. So this was my intro page. Added a handwritten quote here, added lots of stenciling here. Made another very simple neutral collage. These are images from books. This is a fun embellishment that I made quite a long time ago, which finally found a home. Here we have a tuck spot with a tiny little envelope with a stamp with a dragonfly. I made a fun little embellishment up here and I added a beautiful postcard I received in Happy Mail. Stenciling here with Distress Oxides. Very simple collage. A tag that I made into a belly band. So this one here is a magnet. So this is a coin envelope that you can pull out. Is there anything inside? Oh, there is. There's another one of my images from that kit. Empty on the back. And that slides in here. And then is secured here with the magnet. So the other part of the magnet is underneath this tuck spot. And inside I added this cigarette card from the Netherlands, I believe. Another pocket from the kit into which I added this fun little notebook. Love this addition of this tiny tag with lace. Very simple collage on the front. Obviously it has gold splatters, and I just added a few scraps that I could just tear out and write something on and put in one of my pockets or tuck spots or envelopes or whatever. This is an original of one of my eco-dyed prints, one of my quotes. You can find scans of these in my shop as well. This is just an image from a book. Added a quote. Made a tuck spot here with the flap of an envelope. Added this tag with an embellishment on the top. Added a butterfly here. Here is the other part of the envelope with another one of those beautiful cigarette cards. And in here I have a ticket that I made during last year's Defemember, our December daily series with Louisa Heinzel. It says, be happy when you make mistakes because each time you learn something. That is so true. I put that quote here because I made a huge mistake on this collage and then I covered it up somehow. Again, this one has one of these little tea bag labels. So please, please keep those. A cutout from a book on a very busy stenciled background. Very simple collage here as well. Here I don't have anything because I was on vacation. Yay, I was in Egypt at the beach with my hubby. That was great. I just love all the stenciling I did in this month. I need to do more of that. So that's also fun when you look through your old journals or planners. You find things you used to do and you maybe forgot. And you can then be reminded of those techniques and do them again. Super simple, very strange looking collage. I don't know what happened there. We move into July. This is my You Belong Along the Wildflowers kit. Another one of these beautiful background packaging papers. Super easy collage, which really pops because of the dark sprayed background. Love it. This one was a piece of a decoupage napkin. Not super happy with that. This is another fun little page. I added this embellishment here, which just dangles there. Pocket, a tag, nothing on the back. One of my favorite pages ever. I did consider tearing this out. I did take a photo and thought about putting the photo somewhere, but it just does not do it justice because the layers here are incredible. It is so dimensional. It has so many different grungy layers. A photo just doesn't do it, unfortunately, and I really don't want to tear it out of my planner. So it will just live in here and make me happy every time I discover it again. This was a photo I printed, added these gold earrings. I think I made these from chocolate wrapping. Just some more collage randomness. This was where I was drawing a lot of portraits. This is a strange collage. Another photo I printed and collaged. This was another one. I really like how this continues into this page here. She looks so dynamic. I love it. And also love the color contrast here. These, of course, are complementary colors, which is why they work so well together. Super random collage with bits I had left over from other projects. Again, a very random collage with bits I had left. And this one I really like. I think this might be my favorite portrait that I've managed to do. And it looks like I just gave up here. I don't think I didn't do anything for 3 days. And I have nothing here. So it looks like I really just gave up on this planner at the end. That's very interesting. And finally, moving into the latest planner. This is an image of my kit under the sea. Super dimensional because I used real shells down here and some sand and cheesecloth to make it look like netting. This is Tim Holtz fabric. Some of my bubble paper, which are also in my shop. This just makes me happy. So this was obviously my August kit. And it makes me so happy because it reminds me of all the times I spent at the beautiful Red Sea in Egypt. This is the underwater world in Egypt. I love to snorkel there. And these pages are so beautifully colorful. It's like instant happiness when I look at these. So here's a fun little tag. Love this fun embellished little pocket. Super fun collage. This I think came from a collaging book. More decorative elements here with die cuts made from wallpaper. Oh, I forgot to add something in here. This is a beautiful card I received from Louise. I think this is one of the things she made during last Defemember. Pretty dimensional, super special to have this in here. This as well, Louise made during Defemember. It's a guitar string pocket. Super fluffy here. Very dimensional, but I love it. This was another tag from Happy Mail. This was another tag from Happy Mail. And I've just glued all of these onto an envelope flap. This is a piece of repurposed art from an old journal that I got rid of, and I just tore out the pages that I liked. That was one of those. This is from 2016, over 6 years ago. Collage here with die cuts. Love these weird shaped papers. Another fun little collage with a leaf that I actually found on vacation in the Red Sea. Cute little butterfly embellishment made from wallpaper. Added some bling. I forgot my gratitude. Uh-oh. Another fun shaped page. This is again an envelope flap. Added these cute tickets. On one I even journaled on the back. That's the other side of the envelope. Inside I have this tiny little booklet. Added some journaling about orcas in here. Some more die cuts. An envelope onto which I collaged some corals. Oh yeah, and because this would have been really hard to take something out from this side where the spine is, I cut this open here so it's actually more of a belly band. And this comes out, has a cute floral embellishment here. Greetings from the Red Sea. I wanted this to look like a postcard coming from the Red Sea, and I journaled on the back here about the Red Sea. Belly band on some fabric, added some die cuts and a journaling card with a wallpaper embellishment and some bling. Here I journaled on the back about sea turtles, and I also have these, which were some test prints, which I just stuck in here because why throw them away? They're really cute. I love how each month looks so different because the kits are so different. Here's another fun pocket with a golden embellishment and an embellished page tab. Another tag with a wallpaper embellishment and some bling. On this other side, I added this bottle here from the kit, which I put some glossy medium or something to make it look more like glass. Then I added a tea pocket, again with a magnet. And inside I added, I think, a little ticket. Yeah, tiny little ticket with an Australian sea dragon, and I wrote about the sea dragons here. What is going on? I did not write anything here. Oh, I know. Okay, I'm excused because that was when I was in the middle of my move. Yeah, I did not work. I moved, which was different work. Here I made a fun little collage. These elements are not from my digitals. These are from a vintage book. And I did add some die cuts here of plants, which I wanted to look like seaweed in the ocean. For September, I had a kit called Secret Garden. I have a junk mail envelope here in which I have this fun jar from my kit. I journaled on the back. There you see the window of the envelope. This is a card I received from a friend, which I wanted to add here, and you can flip it open. I don't want to show you because the writing is personal. I added a strip of fabric here so that you can easily open it and read the back. Here I have a little coin envelope which flips up, and here is a belly band in which I stuck one of my really old tags. And inside, there's something as well. I don't remember what. Another one of these old tags. I really like these. That makes me happy. This was recycled art from a journal I no longer have. I decluttered. Here I made a belly band. This is again recycled art. Added a real dried flower here. This is a paper bag. Again, recycled art. This is from 2015. And inside, I think there's more recycled art. Yeah, from 2014. And there's some journaling on the back. And I outlined the sentence, "Art is what I cannot express in words." Yep, that still holds true. Here's the other side of that paper bag. I glued this part down to make this a tuck spot, decorated that. Added this little cluster here that I had made previously. I just stuck that down, added some journaling on the back, some stenciling here on the paper bag. On the back we have another simple collage. Here I added some real dried flowers with matte gel medium, and also some real dried leaves that I found on a walk. This is a paper clip embellishment, so this comes off. So I could put this on any page. Again, I have a tea bag label here. And that just clips on like that. Here again, I have some dried leaves. So there's this one here, and there's this here, and this dandelion. More recycled art here on the belly band, and these from a cutout from a collage book. Some more recycled art from 2015. Oh, and there's more here. Also 2015. A pocket, and this is also recycled art, and I just added the mushrooms on top with the splatters. This is the other half of the junk mail envelope. Inside is more recycled art from 2014. Oh my goodness. Journaling. Oh, journaling on the back is from this year. And on the back side, we have a cute little belly band with an Asian lady, one of my tea bag pockets. I made these in last year's Tifemember, by the way. And inside, we just have this cute little ticket. Here is a large envelope. This is again recycled art from a journal I no longer have. I added some embellishments here. This is a photo from an art class that I held When was it? 2015. Ah. That's the other side. So in here, I also have a photo of an art project. This was a canvas I made for a former teacher. That was a lot of fun. Some more recycled art, 2016. So this is where October starts. This is my kit called Blueberry Forest. Tuck spot here with another hydrangea embellishment. Added 2 fun tickets in here. On the back side, I have this super fun page, which I made very much inspired by Louise Heinzel. A belly band, under which I added this print of one of the Blueberry Forest backgrounds, but shrunken down to 50%. Lots of fun stenciling on that page. This is something I've done in the Fast Flow Stitching collaboration. If you want more details to any of these pages, you can just check the Plan With Me videos. Another super simple collage here. Added a belly band here with some Tim Holtz fabric and one of the ephemera pieces from, I think this was a Secret Garden kit. Added a little collage down here. And then I added this here, which I am so in love with. This is one of those images that kind of happened accidentally. This was again one of these like background papers that I had beside me when I was doing some jelly plate printing. And this just turned out so great, totally not planned. Added some water splatters and then some embossing on top of that and added the word breathe. Journal about this on the back. So in love with this. Another junk mail envelope. And here I have this journaling card with some real dried leaves. Have not journaled on the back. Another fun little tuck spot with a tag with this super fluffy thing up here, which makes me so happy. And a paper clip here with some lace, which holds closed these 2 envelopes, which open one to the top and one to the bottom. Added some collaging here, and each of these envelopes have a little journaling card inside. I think the sewing around these little cards adds such a cute element. It just makes it a little more interesting, a little more cozy in my eyes. These details make me happy. Another belly band here, into which I added this pocket that I made a really long time ago. I just added some papers from this month, and with my embossing pen I filled in some of the parts of this deer. So the lower part of his legs are golden and his antlers are golden, and then he has these beads on his head as decoration. Inside here we have another fun little collage and a gold embossed flower. And inside I have a note from a friend that I treasure. And on this side, this is another 50% print from the kit. And you see the embossing here, especially here in the tree. Do you see that? I love how that turned out. And that was accomplished by taking my embossing pen and just going over like the middle of the tree like this, and then adding the embossing powder. And I just love the subtle accent, and it makes the tree look even more magical in my eyes. I added 2 tags from the kit by gluing them on the front and back of this envelope flap. This is something from an envelope of a Happy Mail I received a really long time ago. Love foxes, so this is super cute. This is another piece from the Fast Flow Stitching collab. Added this fun little round embellishment. Inside here is a journaling card. Another pocket here with baking paper, which I used as background paper, and inside is another piece of recycled art. And here's my book page. Didn't have time to read a lot the last few months. And that's the inside back. This is by far the bulkiest. That's just 3 months. Wow. I hope this provided some inspiration of what you can do with your own planners. Love you guys. Mwah! Mwah! Gonna let the sun shine in today. I'm trying to make this darkness go away. I'll paint with colors and I'll sing until my lungs give out.